There is a moment that every investor remembers. Not the moment they made their best return, not the moment their portfolio crossed a milestone, the moment they made their first deposit. The amount does not matter. I have spoken to people whose first deposit was 50 cedis and people whose first deposit was 5,000, and the memory has the same quality in both cases. Something shifted. Not in the account barely noticed. Something shifted in the person. They stopped being someone who was going to invest and became someone who invests. That shift, that crossing of a threshold that sounds small and is actually enormous, is what this episode is about. I want to name something that nobody in personal finance talks about honestly enough. The reason most people who understand investing have not yet invested is not knowledge. It is not access. We established in episode 9 that the access in Ghana is genuinely excellent. It is not even money. The minimum entry point for most vehicles we covered is lower than a week of social presentation tax expenditure for the average person watching this series. The reason is identity. Specifically, the gap between the identity you currently hold and the identity the action requires. Right now, if someone asks what you are, you might say, I am someone who is trying to get my finances in order, or I am someone who is saving up to invest, or, and this is the most common one, I am not really the kind of person who invests. That last sentence is not a statement of fact. It is a statement of identity, and identity precedes action more reliably than any other force in human behavior. You will not consistently do things that contradict who you believe yourself to be. The first deposit does not just move money, it moves identity. And identity, once moved, changes everything that follows. I want to tell you about a woman I will call Gifty. Gifty had followed every episode of this series, or the equivalent of it, because I had been working with her directly over several months. She had calculated her LI score, green. She had named her family tax and her social presentation tax and given both containers. She was holding her Sunday board meeting every week without fail. She had chosen her vehicle, a money market fund, and she had the app on her phone. And for 6 weeks, she had not made the deposit. Not because she lacked the money, not because she was confused about the process, because every time she opened the app and looked at the confirm button, she felt something she could not quite name. She described it to me as, it feels too real. I asked her what she meant. She said, if I press confirm, then I am an investor. And I don't know if that's actually who I am. I told her something I have told many people in that exact moment. You don't press confirm because you already are an investor. You press confirm to become one. The action creates the identity, not the other way around. Gifty pressed confirm, 200 cedis, into a money market fund, a return that in absolute terms was modest. But what that 200 cedis bought was not a financial return. It bought an identity. From that Sunday forward, Gifty did not say she was trying to invest. She said she invested. Past tense, present reality. The person who says I invest makes different decisions than the person who says I am trying to. The account they hold, the way they respond to financial requests, the way they talk about money to their children, all of it shifts when the identity shifts. 200 cedis did all of that. That is the first deposit principle. The first deposit is not a financial event. It is an identity event. Identity precedes strategy. I want to say that second sentence again because it contains something that most personal finance frameworks get exactly backwards. They assume that if you give someone the right strategy, they will develop the right identity over time. Strategy first, identity follows. That is not how it works. Identity first, strategy follows. And the identity is built not through thinking, but through doing. Not through understanding the vehicle, but through using it. Not through knowing the principle, but through making the deposit. The deposit is the declaration. It says, this is who I am now. And once you have made that declaration, once the account exists and the balance is real and the confirmation is in your phone, you protect it in a way you never protect an intention. I want to tell you what happens after the first deposit, because most people think the story ends with the deposit, and it is actually where it begins. The person who makes the first deposit starts noticing things they did not notice before. They look at the social presentation tax expense and calculate what it would be worth in their money market fund over 3 years. They receive the family tax request, and for the first time, they respond from the budget rather than from the balance. Because the balance now has a purpose they are not willing to sacrifice. They start the Sunday board meeting with a different energy because there is now something in the account column that was not there before. The identity shifts, and the shifted identity produces different behavior, and the different behavior produces better outcomes, and the better outcomes reinforce the identity. This is the compound interest of personhood. It does not appear on any financial statement, but it is the most powerful return available to you. I want to speak directly to something that sits in the background of this episode for many people watching in Ghana and across the continent. For a significant number of people in this audience, making a first investment deposit is not just a personal threshold. It is a generational one. You may be the first person in your family to formally invest. Not the first to save, not the first to work hard, not the first to sacrifice, but the first to put money into a structured investment vehicle with a documented return. That is not a small thing. That is the beginning of a generational shift in how your family relates to wealth. The children who grow up in a household where a parent invests do not grow up with the same relationship to money that you grew up with. They grow up knowing that money can be directed, that it can work, that formal financial systems are accessible to people like them, because they have watched someone like them use those systems. The first deposit you make is not just for you. It is the first chapter of a financial story your family has not told before. Press confirm. Before I give you the assignment, I want to remove 3 obstacles that I know are sitting between some of you and the confirm button. Obstacle 1. The amount feels too small to matter. I have addressed this across this entire series, and I will say it one final time here. The amount does not matter. Kofi built a house on transport allowance coins. Gifty shifted her financial identity with 200 cetas. The account does not care about the size of the first deposit. It cares about the consistency of what follows. Start with what you have. Obstacle 2. There is an upcoming expense, and this is not the right time. There is never a time in a Ghanaian financial life when there is no upcoming expense. The family tax does not take months off. The social presentation tax does not pause for your investment goals. If you wait for the expense to pass, another one will replace it. Invest from your governed surplus, the amount your LI score says you can deploy, not from your expense budget. The timing is now. Obstacle 3. What if something goes wrong with the vehicle? This is a real and reasonable concern given the history of financial product failures in Ghana. Use the framework from episode 9. Treasury bills are sovereign-backed. Regulated money market funds operate under SEC Ghana oversight. The databank EPAC has a documented track record. Do your one step of due diligence. Confirm the vehicle is regulated, and then invest. Managed risk is not the same as no risk, but the risk of never investing is a certainty, not a probability. Your challenge is the simplest and most significant in this entire series. Make your first deposit this week, or if you have already made a first deposit, make your next one and make it from a position of conscious identity rather than habit. Know what you are doing when you press confirm. You are not moving money, you are moving yourself. Whatever the amount, 50 cedis, 200 cedis, 500 cedis, it does not matter. Press confirm. Screenshot the confirmation. Hold it for a moment. That screenshot is proof that you crossed the threshold. Keep it somewhere you can find it, because there will be a day, sooner than you think, when you will show it to someone who is standing at the same threshold you are standing at today, and you will say, "This is where it started." Press confirm. Gifty's 200 cetas grew. Not dramatically. This is a money market fund, not a lottery. But it grew consistently, quietly, and without requiring her to do anything after the first deposit except add to it every month from her governed surplus. More importantly, Gifty grew. The decisions she makes now are not the decisions she made before that Sunday. The way she holds money is not the way she held it before she pressed confirm. She is a different financial person, not because she is wealthier, though she is becoming that too, because she is an investor, past tense, present reality, future trajectory. The threshold is right in front of you. The confirm button is right there. The crumbs you have gathered across this series are ready to be deployed. Press confirm. The building has begun.